Hello. Now, the thing is, can you hear me? That's the question. So I've got loads of screens going on at the moment because I've been working on on a million things at once. So I've got all these different screens open. So I've got it on here and here and here. So anyway, how are you, everybody? Happy New Year! Happy New Year to you guys. I've got to look at the. Let's have a think about how we can do this. To some of you, it won't be a surprise to learn that my desk is a little chaotic, to be honest, right now. So, I mean, how many screens does one need? Right, hold on a minute. I need to get the comments up, and my glasses would help for that, so I can actually see what I'm doing. Hello. I say, oh my God, now I can see you. My God, you've got no clothes on. Put your clothes on, Jan. Right, let's have a look here. Right, I reckon let's have a look. I'm going to drag this 1 second over here so that I'm at least looking in the right direction. Yeah, okay, that's better now. That's better. Right. Okay, first and foremost, a little bit of housekeeping for you. Could you just hit the like button, please? That would be wonderful. That would be very, very helpful. So how was your new year? Let me know. Let's hear about it. Was it good? Was it bad? Anything happening? Evening all from a very cold Maidstone in Kent. Hiya, Janet. I'm just going to scroll to the top very quickly. Oh, John Nancy. John Nancy. 2007. Thank you very much for your super chat. I want to let you know how much I love the new lives you're doing. They make me feel like I'm right there with you. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you very much. Oh, good. I'm glad you're enjoying those. Right, let's have a look. Hold on. I'm going to go right to the top, and then I'm just going to scroll down. I'll be really quick so that we keep up to date with everything. Happy New Year, Reggie, says Suzanne Ainsley. Thank you, Suzanne. You were number one. Jan, just beaten to it. Still rough with the flu. Happy New Year to all if I don't make the live. Oh, Jan. Well, I hope you feel better. If you're still with us, I mean, at the live, I don't mean like... That would be quite some serious flu, wouldn't it? Oh, she just can't make it. Oh. But yeah, she did. Well, I hope she did. Anyway, wouldn't that be terrible if you suddenly find, oh my goodness. Okay, anyway, we'll start again. Happy New Year to you, Jan. And I hope you feel very better soon. Lillian. Wow, Lillian. Haven't they arrested you yet? Happy New Year. Just waiting for snowfall in Morden. It's bitterly cold. Ooh, I've seen the on the socials, lots of snow in the UK everywhere. It looks good fun. I'm quite jealous. We've just got loads of rain. So much rain here. It's incredible. Tonight was just ridiculous. The evening feed was so difficult. And Rachel's still out there at the moment because, quite frankly, you know, I got wet enough. And I said, no, that's it. I'm not playing anymore. You can deal with it. No, I've come in to do the live. Rachel's just finishing up with the animals at the moment, so she'll be back in very shortly, I think. Shabal, good morning all. Good morning, Shabal. Happy New Year. Back up to 50 in Kansas City. Oof. Happy New Year, says Snorky. My Rab Brooks. Sorry, we're not well, Jan. Oh, you're not well, Jan. It seems to be a very nasty virus this time. I hope you feel better soon. Oh, is it doing the rounds, is it? Myra Brooks, +7. I think it means Happy New Year. I think, yeah, Happy New Year. Yeah. Happy New Year all. Happy New Year all. So sorry you're not over your cold, Jan, says Aldine. The live won't be the same without you, Jan. No, it might actually be quite a pleasant place to be, Jan, for a change. Just without the smell. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's just once we eradicate the smell, it suddenly gets a better place. So that's good. We don't have to light the incense candles or the smellies. It's okay. Jan's not here, so that's fine. Woo, that's better. I'm only joking, Jan. I love you really. Happy New Year, everyone. Says join Gulston. Sorry you're still unwell, Jan. Won't be the same vibe without you. Says join Glum. Bitter cold here in Ashbourne. What else we got here? Aldine, hi Joe. Just lots of happiness, just lots of hellos from everybody else. Happy New Year from Ohio. Hi Nancy. Howdy everyone from Nova Scotia. Happy New Year everyone from a very chilly London. Hi Annie. Hi from North Oregon coast. on the Pacific Ocean. We are still flooding, but luckily all is under control. Oh, Aldine, well, keep safe out there and get your welly boots on. Hey, Aldine, hi from Hillsborough, Oregon. Sandy's here from West Ireland. Hello, Stan. How are you doing in West Ireland, Sandy? How is it going over there? Have you got electricity over there yet, or are you still on the old bicycle in your garden with the old rope going to the old generator on the side and a big windmill on the top of the house? I think that's how they power the most of Western Ireland these days. Right. Oh, it's a message from me. Hi, everyone. Just getting organised. Wow. Happy 2026 to you all from southeast coast of England. Happy New Year to you. Right, okay, we're catching up. I'm going to scroll down a little bit soon, a little bit further, so we're a little bit up to date. Hello from Norwich. Hello, Norwich. Hello, Norwich. I don't know why I'm doing it. We've got Irish people in Norwich now. That's where they all live. Who knows where they live? More. Hi, Julian. Hi, Eleanor. And Eleanor HN4VG. Eleanor. Is it the Eleanor? I think it is. Hi, Eleanor. How you doing? I think it is. Ordine J. Hi, Julian. Hi, Ordine. Smash that like button, yes, please. Okay, we're getting there. Jane. Oh, Maidstone, Kent, says Janet. Okay, very cold. Jane, I'm on time. Feliz Año Nuevo from Barcelona to Murcia. Well, Jane, Happy New Year to you too. Jewurts. Hello, Jewurts. Good New Year's. And my friend came to walk near me on New Year's Day. Well, that's nice. Perhaps your friend could have actually come a little bit closer and said hello. You know, you don't want your friends just walking near you, do you? That's not the... If I go out and my friends are around, they go, oh, I was near you, I walked by you. It's like, you want them to really make that contact, don't you? Just sort of like, just to say hello and not just walking near you, but hey, listen, sometimes, actually, some of the people I know, near enough is close enough. My narrow boat is frozen in on the canal. It's stunningly beautiful at the moment. Myri, wow. Being on a canal boat, that must be, in this weather, it must be incredibly cold, is it? I mean, how do you keep, well, I suppose you've got little, what do you call it, the log burners going on in there? I don't know. I've got an image of a canal boat, and it might be completely wrong. I mean, some of these canal boats are bloody amazing now. I saw one, actually. I saw one on YouTube a few days ago, and I don't know why it came up on my YouTube, but it did. Anyway, most amazing thing. These canal boats are insanely modern. This thing was like it was about 125,000 quid, this canal boat. And it was absolutely stunning, really stunning thing, finished to perfection, really, really good. And, you know, beautiful kitchen, nice bed and everything in there, full bathroom, the lot. Amazing thing. So I don't know, I suppose canal boats are changing a bit, aren't they? Sorry, excuse me a minute, have a cup of tea. Lee Charsky says, hi there, thank you for the wonderful videos, love them. Oh, good, thank you, Lee. I'm glad you're enjoying them. Susie B, Happy New Year. Give Timo a Happy New Year hug from Susie. No, no, Susie, you can come and do that, okay? I'm no way on earth am I hugging Timo. Do you know what? I was coming in from the field the other day, and he was laying on his bed. So we put his bed outside the back door. So he's close to us, and he's under the, we've got this sort of like a veranda sort of thing outside of the house. So he's under that right next to our front door. And he's happier there. He used to be, because in the summer months, he has to be in a different situation where there's a lot of shade. So we've brought him closer and we can keep an eye on him, and he seems to be a bit happier there. Anyway, I've come up from the field. He's looked at me and he's got such a cute face. He's got this really cute face looking up at me. And I was like, oh, Tim. And we, you know, everyone's got nicknames, haven't they, for their animals. And our animals are no different. Every animal's got different nicknames. Oh, hold on a minute. I need to turn that off. Do I? Yeah. So hold on. Otherwise, they're going to run out of battery. Sorry, that's the microphones. I hope you can all hear me right. Yeah, you can. So yeah, everyone's got different nicknames for their animals. And Timo, uh, Rachel calls him Junior. He gets called Junior. Jimothy, Jimmy, Tim Tom Tomato Face. He's got all different names depending on what he's looking like at the time. Sometimes it looks like a Tim Tom Tomato Face. Sometimes it looks like a Junior and whatever. But he knows his name, and it's very cute. And so I've looked at him, and in this moment he became Jimothy, because he just looked like a Jimothy. I can't explain. So I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, so I'm going, oh, Jimothy. And I went down to give him a bump. So a bump, if you don't know, is you hold your hand, your fist, and you put it above. So if you imagine this is little Timo's bitey head, okay, so you put your hand here so your fingers are safe, and you just hold it above his head and you say, bump. And if he bumps, he does that. And if he does that, it means you can sickle him on the back of his head. Right? This is the communication that we've established. So this is how it works. So he's looking really cute. Along he comes. Hold on, I've got a little puppet show for you now. So along he comes, right? There, wants to bite you, right? So I hold up my hand and I say bump, and as I go to bump, I slip, my foot slips, and I fall towards him, right? At which point, Timo goes from being the cutest looking little animal that's really cute and just wants a little bump to I'm going to bite your face off. And I'm falling towards him at this point. So I've put my hands out really quickly to get myself. It's just missed his head. So I'd almost lost my little thumbs as I've got, they're not little thumbs, they're quite big thumbs, but I've always lost my thumbs. Oh, it's weird. Right, I've almost lost my thumbs. So my hands are there and I've suspended like that. And his face is here. And my face is right in front of his face. And he's just looking at me and he's going, it's like, Jimothy. It's like this moment of absolute terror flooded across me. Anyway, so I managed to sort of like wedge myself back up again, and there was no bumps and there was no tickling Timo at that point. So that was a close one. He almost took my nose off. Anyway, I don't know why I got onto that. Right, let's have a little look here. Oh, that's right. So Susie B, you can be hugging Timo. Jan says, I made it. You're all right, Julian. I'm still above ground, as my granddad used to say. Okay, Jan. What? No, I wasn't saying anything to anyone. What? Jan? No, I didn't say anything nasty about Jan. What? Jan? No, nothing here. No, hi, Jan. Hope you're well. John Nancy, something happened to my account and I can't fix it. I'm showing up as a John Nancy instead of Nancy Eudakis. Can't figure out how to fix it. Oh, I see. I don't know. I'll have a look at that for you. I'll message you if I can work it out. Although it is a little bit of the blind leading the blind, I think in this particular instance, you might be better to speak directly to them. Julian, how's your tummy this week? More betterer? Well, Cat, thank you very much. 01 Cat F. I'll tell you. It's not. No, well, it's not that it's not better. It's just very, very painful. And if I do a lot of work, a lot of physical work out in the field and stuff, then I really pay the price, and it really does get. I think it just gets aggravated or whatever. So it gives me a lot of pain. So I'm having to rest it, but it's very difficult because it's just the two of us doing it at the moment, which means it puts a lot of pressure in the field on Rach, which I'm not very comfortable doing, especially when we've got bad weather, because it's just too much for one person. You can do it for like a day, maybe two, but after that, it starts to really wear you down. So it's a little bit awkward. It's a little bit difficult at the moment, but we're kind of getting through it. And just one day at a time, I suppose, is the way to look at it. But yeah, I mean, Rachel's just being an absolute trooper. She's working so bloody hard out there because of that. But I'm just trying to not let her do everything too much, if you know what I mean. You know, within reason. So yeah, so like so this morning she was out there in all the weather, getting it all sorted out. This evening I went out a little bit earlier than her to try and get a few bits and pieces done, just to take a bit of the pressure off. And then as soon as I got to the point where I couldn't do any more, then she took over. So we're trying to handle it like that at the moment. But thank you very much for asking. Hello from snow-covered Denmark. Hello, Elinki Cranmer, 6511. Elinki? It's a great name. Hold on. Elinki Cranmer. Elinki Cranmer? Is that right? Well, hello, it's a great name. Audine J, did you find a new long-term volunteer? No, Audine, not yet. We haven't found new long-termers, but we are now registered, which has taken a long time, with certain volunteering organisations. But there's a big difference, and there's a big but. There's a big but here. I say, there's always a big but. So yeah, the big but is that when you recruit long-term volunteers or volunteers through these specific volunteering sites, they're not necessarily people that have got or a desire or a passion for animals. What they're looking for in a lot of the things that have come through are people that are either in a change in their circumstances in their personal life, they're looking for a getaway, they're looking for cheap accommodation, or whatever it is. And that is difficult, to be honest, and it's not something we really can entertain. So if someone writes to me and says, look, I really want to come and volunteer for you because I'm going through this terrible time in my life at the moment and I really need to get away, and I'm heading down through the country and I can stay with you for like 6 weeks and help you out a bit, and then I can move on to there, and but how many days off a week would I get, and do you get this? It all starts to be a little bit like, I've got to read between the lines. I'm gonna have do you know what? I'm gonna have a moan in a minute. I'm gonna have a moan because I've got to have a moan. I'll explain in a minute. All right, but you're gonna get it. All right, so stick around and listen because the moan is coming, and it's one you don't want to miss, because I'll probably lose my proverbial, whatever the word is on this. Anyway, I can't tolerate that because it's too much like hard work here, and you can't take someone in, train them how to do the job, build that confidence in them around the animals. It takes a lot of effort for them to basically, the ridge will find you out. If you're not here for the right reasons, we've always said it over the years, the ridge always finds you out if you're not here for the right reasons. So those that are here for the right reasons, and they're here because, or they want to come here because they have a true passion for animals, animal welfare, they want to make a difference, they want to build a sanctuary, they want to have a far-reaching impact with their lives and do something like that, then it's great and you're welcome, and you'll make a big difference. But if you're using the sanctuary just to, further your life's journey, and you think, oh, well, on the way I'll help out over there, it's not going to do it. It won't do it. It's too much. It will find you out, basically. It's got to be a passion. Anyway, so that's that. Anyway, yes. So hold on a second. I'm just going to catch on. Let's have a look. Let's have a look here. Did you eat your 12 grapes? Says Jane. Yes, we did. So in Spain, there's the tradition of, on New Year's Eve, you have a big cup of 12 grapes, and on every bong of the clock, you have to shove a grape in your gob. Last year we didn't have any grapes, so we did it with jelly babies, and this year we did have grapes, and it was a little bit better than the jelly babies, I can tell you. Can you please explain the hype button, Amanda? I don't know. I've seen this. Perhaps you could explain the hype button because, or someone else can, because I've seen it a couple of times on our, on our comments where it says hyped. I don't know what it means. So I'm relying on you guys to explain to me what that means. Happy New Year, everyone. Freezing up in Northern York, UK. Oh, hi, Wendy. Oh, it's a bit cold up there, love, is it? Heaven Chip, thank you very much for your super chat. That's wonderful. Happy to 2026, everyone. Let's hope I win the lottery this year. Folkestone is a bit brass monkeys. Oh, I bet it is, yeah. So anyway, right. So I was telling you, I need to have a bit of a moan. Okay, it's not at you guys, all right? I'm using you, I'll be honest with you. I'm using you as a sounding post. Okay. Somebody, so I put a video up, which was episode 4 of the Sanctuary tour. And I put at the beginning, I said, I was talking to the camera and I was saying, sometimes it's difficult because you have to put across a happy, positive, energetic image, because nobody wants to tune in and watch a video of a bloke that's complaining and angry and just annoyed with life. You know, who wants to tune in and see that? And some of the comments that came through was like, no, we want to see the moaning, we want to see the reality, we want to see that. And I was like, well, so I was talking to Rachel, I was like, I can't really show that because I really think it's a very negative thing, and I try and be as very positive. You know, it's very easy to get negative in life, isn't it? And I try and always be positive, and see the brighter side if you can in any situation. I don't think there's any point in dwelling on darker stuff. So I was saying to Rach, you know, I don't feel like I should really moan or have a moan or be that open, because no one wants to see it. And I was thinking, do I want to see it? Would I want to see, because that's all you can do, isn't it? You can only ask yourself, but would I want to see somebody having a moan? And I thought, yeah, I don't mind people moaning. I think if it's moping and if it's, you know, very, very, defeatist and all the rest of it, I think that's different. But actually having a moan can be quite funny. And somebody having a real pissed off moment, I mean, upset moment, you know, it can be quite entertaining. So I was thinking, okay, well, then maybe I do let people know the things that annoy me, but it's just sharing things that annoy me at the moment rather than having a moan. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, so this takes me on to, and you know where there's a wonderful glut of information and a source of inspiration for this kind of thing in the comments on social media. We get, by and large, 99.9% of the comments that we get are very positive, and they're very supportive, and they're complimentary, and it's lovely. It's really wonderful. And I do try and respond, and I am trying to respond to as many of those comments as I can. So if I don't respond to you, then, you know, please don't think I'm not seeing it, because I read every comment. I read them all, but I don't always respond because it would be depending what's going on. And like I said before, with just Rachel and I here at the moment, it's a little bit difficult to put those responses in, but I do try and do it. Anyway, I digress. So this one stupid, I'm going to do it, right? So this is it, right? This is me having a moan, okay? I shouldn't really say this, okay? But there was a stupid person, right? And that's not me being nasty. Clearly a stupid person making a comment about there's too much mud in the pigs, all right? This is the kind of thing that I read, and if you could be a fly on the wall at that moment, you'd laugh. I know you'd laugh, all right? Because it's not that it affects me, because it doesn't. Because over the years, you know, I've learned to grow pretty thick skin over what people say. But sometimes people's stupidity really does. It's like you actually took the time out to write this comment about there being too much mud in the pigs, and why is there too much mud in the pigs? after, in the post itself, we talk about the massive storms we've had, the incredible amounts of rain we've had, how roads have been washed away, houses have demolished, people have lost their lives in some of these storms. You know what I mean? It's like, have you seen the news? Could you not understand that, you know, when you live outside, if there is rain, there is mud. It goes one with the other. You know, it does kind to work like that. But people, some people, a person decides to write a comment like that and then try and cast shade on us as what a terrible animal sanctuary. What a terrible animal sanctuary, having mud in their pigs. Adios, amiga. I don't block, I don't delete, I leave it on there because I just think that's fair, and I think everyone needs to see everything. And I very, very, would very rarely block and delete. I prefer to see it, and it's interesting. But my God, if you want, you know, you want some honesty, you know, sometimes. I was talking to my daughter about it, and she said you should do mean tweets. You know, that thing that used to be, you know, where people would read out, if someone said a mean thing about them online, they would read them out. Well, fortunately, the messages are normally, I say, by and large, they're very positive. But yeah, and then there was another one. Oh my God, I can't remember what this other one was. It got my goat. I was gonna lose my stuff on that as well. But anyway, yeah. So I think a more animated, I could be a little bit more animated, but I think we will certainly go into Basil Fawlty territory. And I'm not sure if that's, that could be quite funny. Do you know what? Maybe I'll do that on the next Sanctuary tour. Maybe you might witness a Basil Fawlty meltdown in the Sanctuary as I explain my frustrations, because the frustrations aren't, you know, obviously it's not people that support the Sanctuary or people that write a comment, because quite frankly, if you're watching a video and you're writing a comment, then I'm very grateful, because it means that you're, you know, you're generating a revenue for the Sanctuary, so it's really good. It's more to do with the bureaucracy and the stupidity of the systems that we have to deal with to actually get anything done here as well. So you might see a little bit of frustration there as well. Anywho, yeah, so that was quite interesting. Jenny says, hi, Julian, great to see you again. Hi, Jenny, great to see you too. Hi all, happy new year. It's Catalina and I'm here, finally. Yes, Catalina Wine Mixer. Hi, Catalina. Hillsboro, Oregon. If you're still here, I have family there. Hello there, small world. Oh, there you go, Lee. I'm probably miles behind now. I think I am. Yeah, I'm so far behind. I'm going to try and catch up a little bit, right? I'm sitting here in Catalonia with a hot water bottle up my jumper. Oh, I say. Right, okay, I'm just going to squeeze through. Oh, squeezing. Myra, thank you very much for your super chat. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you too. Right. Aldine says, you seem more energetic today. Does that mean you are fully recovered? I hope so. Yeah, I think the break from the field work has certainly given me a little bit more energy. I'm certainly sleeping a bit better, which is better. So it always gives you a little bit more energy, doesn't it? But also, I'm just really bloody excited. We've got so much going on, and I am creating new opportunities for the Sanctuary. I'm creating new opportunities in which to raise the money that we need. And yeah, I'm just on it. I'm very excited, very positive, and we're building. You know, the YouTube community is building, which is really, really good news. We're gaining subscribers on that, so excellent. So if you're a new subscriber to Jacob's Ridge, then thank you very much, because it really does make a big difference. It makes a difference to the amount of videos that are being watched, and that makes in turn an impact on the revenue that comes from YouTube as well. So I'm very, very pleased about that. We're going in the right direction. We're putting a lot of effort into that, so hopefully that will start to pay dividends as well. Jola Suzlanis, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Jola, Is it Jola or Yola? I never know, because with the Spanish, the J is the Y. But I think it's Jola Zolanis. Thank you very much for your super chat. If anybody else would like to have an attempt to pronounce Jola's name, no, it's difficult. But you know, I had to give a message in Czech. It was the strangest. Well, I have no idea how it went. And your nose is daffy. I don't know what that means. My account has changed automatically from Heaven Chip to my account name. Weird. Oh, that's strange, isn't it? Or perhaps they've done an update or something. Lee says, oh my God, the story of Timo. My husband walked in and started laughing. Thank goodness you're all right. Quite terrifying. Yeah, it was a little bit terrifying. Jean says, Julian, is it the incision site that's painful, or is it the internal op site? Well, I say we're getting a little bit personal there, Jean. No, actually, do you know what? The pain is nowhere near where the operation was. It's further down, which is strange. And that's what I'm trying to sort of like keep an eye on. But apparently it's to do with nerves and nerves being nerve healing. So yeah, that's why it's particularly uncomfortable. But yeah, it's a strange one. It's a strange one. It's bloody. There's quite a lot of painkiller being consumed. I'll give you that. What animal is Timo? Timo is a little doggy. I'll show you Timo if you'd like to see him. Elinki. I'm going to call you Elinki. I don't know if that's the right name or not. Timo. This is Timo. Oh. That was Timo. Hold on. So this is Timo from a few years ago. I know, about a year ago, I think it was. His little trolley. He's very cute, but he definitely bites. And it's very difficult when you see him. You can imagine how difficult it is not to stroke him or to reach out and stroke his head. But if you do, he bites you. He doesn't just bite you, he attacks you really badly. So anyway, there you go. That's Timo. I'll see if anybody else wants to see any other animals. Tell me. I'll see what I've got on the system. I can show you. Hype button helps new video. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Well, everybody, please go on to any new videos you see on Jacob's Ridge and hype them. Thank you. Your moving pigs in the rain was that. Here's the reality video. I just thought I'd share that because it is a bit of a reality, isn't it? It's like, oh, that was the other comment. That was the other comment. So, oh, you got me now. You just hit me. Right, I hope you're ready for this. So we operate a sanctuary stay holiday at the sanctuary. So you stay in the heart of the sanctuary. You stay for a week. We sell them 7 nights ago, and you stay in a beautiful tent. It's a glamping tent, you know, proper beds. It's got the lights. It's very, very comfy, and it's very bougie, as my daughter would say. And there's not that many. We have 4 tents, and you can stay in the tent, and you can get involved with the animals for your duration of your stay. So it's like having your own little animal sanctuary that you can just come to and come and enjoy. We don't fill it up with people. We have very limited numbers because the animal sanctuary is for animals, it's not for humans. And also, if you have too many people in the sanctuary, it starts to lose its whole vibe and the peacefulness of it. So what we do is, and most of you, I know you know this anyway, but what we do is we sell these week stays in the sanctuary, and we only operate 4 months out of the year because of the extreme heat. They're a lot of work to run because Rachel prepares all your dinner. So she's preparing dinners and lunches every day. We have to clean the tents at the end of each week, and we have to do any ongoing repairs or keep the place nice. And it's like running, cleaning out. We've got a toilet down there and stuff like that, keeping on top of all that and everything. So it's a lot of extra work. You also have to entertain to a certain extent, because when you have guests staying at the sanctuary, You want to make sure they're having a nice time, so you take them out. We go for dog walks and things like that, and it's a really, really lovely week. I think it is anyway. I mean, I might be biased, but I say we only do it 4 months out of the year, and we charge £995 to come and stay for the sanctuary for a week. So that's including your accommodation, all your food, all your excursions. We go lake swimming, rock jumping, river walking. We can even, give you trips into the town or into the city. I think last year we did a bit of cave exploring and stuff like that. Some of the guys, they went off with Rachel and went to have a look at cave paintings that are in the area. So it's a really nice holiday, and there's only a few people here, so it's home cooked meals and all the rest of it. And of course, you get to be and experience the animals, and that in itself, to my mind, that's the jewel in the crown. All of the other stuff is great, but it's the fact that I could come out of my tent, I can have a little bit of breakfast. I haven't got to worry about where it's coming from. I haven't got to worry about where my lunch is. I haven't got to worry about what I'm having for dinner. It's all taken care of. And I can literally take a book. I can go and sit in with the pigs, or I could go and sit with the donkeys, or I could do a bit of grooming or whatever and just decompress. And that's a lovely, lovely thing to do. And it's a wonderful opportunity just to experience the sanctuary. If you want to do mucking out, you can do that as well, but there's no pressure for you to do any work. So that's the thing. Now, most people, again, 99.999% of people understand it. They see what it is. We're trying to give you the opportunity of having a sanctuary experience holiday. You pay for that sanctuary experience holiday, and that money that you pay, 100% of that money goes to the sanctuary to support the sanctuary, and it's a financial income stream. It's what keeps the thing going, and it's not a cheap place to keep going. So we do this, and I get an email or I get a message from somebody quite snotty, telling me how ridiculous I am and how disgusting it is that I charge £995 to stay at the sanctuary. And when I get those messages, that just makes me think, that tells me more about you than it does about anything else. It means you don't value the sanctuary at all. You don't value the opportunity that exists to enjoy a sanctuary almost privately. And also it means you have no value at all in what we provide here. So it makes me kind of think, well, okay, well, maybe I've dodged a bullet then. But yeah, it's another thing that can really get to my goat, because you feel like saying you're not paying for the week that you're here, you're paying for the other 51 weeks or 52 weeks when you're not here. That's what you're paying for. You're paying so that the sanctuary exists for you to come along for 1 week and enjoy it. And you can literally just enjoy the sanctuary and everything else. But what you don't have to do is you don't have to be out there 7 days a week. You don't have to be out there in the rain and the mud and the wind and everything else. Or when it's 110 degrees, you don't have to be out there and do it then. So it's the time when you're not here is what you're paying for as far as the animals are concerned. But yeah, it's very interesting. So I actually put together a breakdown of cost, which I would then send to these people and say, look, you have to understand it's not expensive. It's actually very, very cheap. But you have to paint a picture to really explain to people exactly what they're getting and why it is such good value. But yeah, it's another thing that makes me get a bit, for crying out loud, why do people not value? But then this is the problem, isn't it? This is the problem with society in general. Now you got me on one now. See, I told you not to get me started. This is the problem in general. Animals are not valued. They're not valued. That's why they're abandoned. That's why they're discarded. That's why they're thrown away, because of selfish baskets out there that do that. And they don't think about the animals. They don't think about the animal's life or what it's doing. They're just used for their own selfish desires, for their own selfish needs. And that's the crux of the matter. There's a lot of selfish people out there that will do these things with animals, and then when they're done, and oh, I don't need that animal anymore. We'll just discard it. We got a notification yesterday. A discarded hunting dog running on the motorway, still got a cord round its neck. So, you know, we're trying to find this dog that's just been discarded. How do you find a dog in the middle of the bloody wilderness that's running around with things? But that's out there, and that's not unusual. Hunting dogs are discarded all the time for things like that. Well, you know, that makes you very, very, these are the sorts of things that can really make you a very negative person. And that's why it's very important to remain positive, because you have to just remember, you can't save them all. You can't change the world. You can just do what you can do, and you just do your best. As long as you're doing your best, that's all you can do, isn't it? You've got to do your best and work hard and keep going. And people can moan and people can say these horrible things and bits and pieces. And at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, in that ear, out the other. And to be honest, there's no resistance in the middle at all anyway. It just sort of tends to go through. So it's like that. But yeah, so anyway, told you. There you go. So that's not me being, I'm not being moany or negative. I'm just sort of like, you know, for crying out loud. Sometimes you just want to smack people around the head, don't you? You just want to just, are you all right? Are you okay? Are you, how about now? Are you all right now? Oh, you are. Good. Go away. That's how it makes me feel sometimes. It's fine. Just can't be bothered these days, can you? I wish my husband and I could travel there to help. Lee, I would love that. Hype helps new videos climb the leaderboard, apparently. Hold on a minute. I don't know what. I've just got a message here. I don't know what it was. Brilliant. Excellent. Please help a hype then. If you see a new video come out and you've got the opportunity to hype it, please, yeah, if you could hype it, that'd be brilliant. Heaven Chip, I want snow. Me too. I want snow, but not here. Actually, no snow. Oh, I don't know what we got at the minute. The rain today has been horrible. Suzanne says, hello all, it's later than I thought. So glad I haven't completely missed the live. Well, Suzanne, where's your bloody late fee? Now then, Suzanne, I like a joke, but it means when you're late, you have to pay a late fee. Everybody knows this. I don't make the rules. This is Steve and Ronnie rules, okay? They run this channel, all right? I work for them, okay? When you're late to the chat or to the video, you have to pay a late fee, okay? So click on the super thanks or wherever the button is, I don't even know, super chat, and pay your late fee in there, please. Thank you very much. Otherwise, there will be trouble, okay? I like a joke, but Steve and Ronnie, they take this very, very seriously. They do not like lateness. Suzanne, they don't like lateness at all. I warned you. I've told you. There's one thing, they are very, very, very strict with their timekeeping, those donkeys. Right. Okay. Oh, my word. Hold on a minute. I'm going to try and scoop down a little bit further because I'm really, really far behind. Heaven Chip says, send them some mud in the post. Jokers don't understand pigs and weather. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Oh, but that's the other thing. Oh, okay, we're going again. Right, calm down. Right, this is the other thing, right? Not only that, but in the comment wrote, I used to keep a pig when I was little. Well, aren't you the bloody expert, aren't you? Hey, aren't you? You kept a pig when you were little. And that makes you the expert, does it? I see. Don't worry about how long we've been doing this, because we obviously know bloody nothing. You're right. Stay down there, it's better. Right, anyway. Hold on a minute. Right. Catmansma. I'm sure you are very busy at the sanctuary, so you don't need to be answering. And those stupid people that judge, like they actually go out and sob up their own mud. Exactly. So true. Jan, the thing that worries me most about those sort of stupid people is they have the right to vote, don't forget. Explains a lot, doesn't it? Yeah, absolutely. Yep. I just find it a little frightening. You just think, you're allowed out there in the world without supervision? Wow. And they might even be driving a car. They might be working in an office where they've got some control over people, where they have to make decisions. It's just really frightening, isn't it? It's really scary when you think about it. It's quite a depressing thought. Hold on, another cup of tea. I've been rabbiting on. My God, I don't stop. Hold on a sec. And my tea's gone cold. Okay. Right, okay. Jane says, too much mud in the pigs. What a plonker. That's like saying there's too much water in the rain. Yeah, absolutely. Right, okay. Hold on a minute. I'm going to come down a little. I'm going to jump down a little bit. Jean says, Julian, I've realized that there are some truly unhinged people that comment on videos. Yeah, there are. Do you know what though, as well? The one thing I've noticed over the years now is that there's a lot of people that will reach out through comments on videos. There's a lot of people out there that will reach out to the community, and some people I've noticed as well. Some people are really, they're troubled or they're going through bad times. And I've especially noticed it with the donkey chat videos. If I put one out there that is particularly funny, or I think it's particularly funny, or whatever, or the animals are being particularly cute, and it just sort of resonates with people. Some of the comments that come on those videos, it's really quite. I find it quite surprising how. What's the word? It's not surprising. It just, I find it quite affecting of how they've reacted to the video. And if it brings them some joy or some light or some sense of relief or from whatever it is they're going through in their situation. I think we're all it's amazing how we use it, isn't it? I mean, as humans, I know I'm probably getting a little bit, I'm just off on one again, but it's like, what we consume when we're in particular moods. If it always used to be, if I was in a sad mood, I'd listen to sad music, and it's like, what the bloody hell are you doing? Why are you listening to sad music when you're feeling sad? What are you going to end up doing? Feeling even more sad. Oh, clever. But you can't help but go down those routes sometimes. And so if now I find if I start to get into that headspace, is I'll sort of like pull the handbrake on and go, whoa, hold on a minute. We've all got things, everybody, none of us are immune to it. We've all got elements in our life that make us sad, or, that make us, nostalgic for the past, or whatever it might be, or worrisome for the future. And I think if you lean into those darker, more negative feelings, then you're just going to sort of like maintain and be in there. So yeah, I think it's very important to put the handbrakes on and go, right, hold on a minute. I don't want to stay there, because I know where this goes. It's a dead end street. I don't need that. I'm going to just flip the script a little bit, and we're going to go in a different direction. And I don't see that as being delusional or ignoring or burying or putting your head in the sand or anything like that. I don't see it as that. I see it as taking a responsible, making a responsible, conscious decision to not, put yourself in a situation where it's going to be harder for you to get out of, to dig a deeper hole, if you like. So I think that's really important. So yeah, so it's really nice sometimes when bringing it back round full circle. It's really nice sometimes when the donkey chat videos, or a nice cute video of the animals has done that for somebody. Or they've messaged and said, I was having a really bad day, and I saw this video and it totally lifted my spirits. And you think, oh yeah, man, that's great, excellent. And I think if we actively seek out those kind of reactions, or to produce those sorts of reactions, then I think you're doing something out there that is a little bit more positive, and in turn that it's like a feedback loop, isn't it? It's like a positive feedback loop. Oh, sorry, Why did you tune in? What are you doing here? Do you know? I'm just sitting in my office. I'm sitting in my office doing a live. Here we are. Cold cup of tea, rabbiting on about God knows what. Anyway, is Jan still here? Jan? Jan, are you still here? Is she still here? I suppose something. Sorry, Jan, I can't help it. Right, hold on a minute. Hold on. I'm just gonna scroll down a little bit, try and catch up a bit. Right. So Jean, good question. Has the landowner given JR an extension on the purchase? Jean, no. So I touched on it at the last video. Excuse me. So no is the short answer. But from our last conversation about it, then the deadline has passed, but there has been no specific mention of it. Now we are heading into the Three Kings in Spain, where not a lot happens anyway. So I wouldn't expect to hear anything until after the Three Kings, and then I'll know where we are. In the meantime, I have not stopped, or both of us, we've not stopped. We have not taken our foot off the gas. We're still pushing like crazy, and we will do until the very last moment. We're just not gonna, we're not gonna give up. We're not just gonna go, oh, well, we haven't done it, and there you go, or well, nothing will happen, because you never know what's around the corner. And I know that some of you are religious, some of you are not. I don't want to get into religion or politics on this chat, because that's not what this is about. But I personally, speaking personally, I have a faith, and I have a faith of you have to keep moving to ensure that things happen, and that the world can move in your direction. You have to keep moving. There's no point in sitting still and put your head in your hands and go, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's happening for me. I can't achieve anything. Nothing's going to work. It's all wrong. And if I just sit there and do nothing, then I'm not opening the opportunity for the world to respond, or for something to happen. So we have to keep pushing and moving. And I don't care in what direction. Even if you don't know what direction to go in, I'll just head in any direction. Do you know what I mean? Because it's better than the one you're in. So just keep moving. So yeah, that's what we're doing. We keep moving. And I think that's why I'm really excited, because I'm working on something at the moment. And what it's doing is it's going to open up an opportunity for the light to reach us. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to be sharing it very soon. I can't share it with you yet, but you will be the first people it gets shared with, for sure, 100%. And so, yeah, I'm just trying to create those opportunities where the light can shine. So we just keep marching forward. So I don't think that really answers your question, Jean, about an extension. I suppose we'll know after January the 6th, I would imagine. Oh dear. Okay, right. Jola is pronounced Yola. Thank you very much. That's good to know. Nerve pain is the worst. Snorky. Hello, Snorky. Thank you very much for your super chat, Snorky. Julian having a breakdown from comments is worth $1. Thanks, Snorky. Oh, that's nice. Hearing me, my stomach is cramping. Joingelston says, I have to have rotator cuff surgery in a few weeks. Dreading it. Oh, now is that here in the shoulder? I think it is. Now, in 1998, I was in a motorcycle race, and I had a big accident. I came off the high side. So the bike flipped round and threw me off, and I had this really big, hard impact motorcycle accident. And I took all the impact on this shoulder. And what it didn't do is it didn't break the collarbone, but it completely ruptured the ligaments in this shoulder. It suddenly just dropped completely. The pain was like nothing I've experienced. I was crying with pain at this situation in the hospital, and the doctor was cuddling me and he's going, "It's all right, mate, I know." And I was like, "I can't handle it." Anyway, I digress. So yeah, rotator cuff. I think it was a similar thing. It was like a rotator thing here. And they said, because for years this shoulder sat lower and I had this big lump sticking out the corner, but it's still there, but I've managed to sort of train it up a little bit. They said, we can cut it open and put this bit of rubber across the top of the shoulder, and that will hold. In fact, you can see it through the jump slide, and that will hold the shoulder up. They said, but there is a risk you could lose the use of your right arm. So I was like, I'm sorry. So I've got an arm that's painful and I can't really use it, and I haven't got a lot of movement in it, but it does work. Or I could risk what I've got. It's like a game of Jeopardy, isn't it? So do you want to roll the dice again? Lose your right arm or keep the one you got? What do you say? What does the audience say? Well, lose the right arm, risk it. So it was a, I couldn't risk it. It's just like, I'm not doing it, leave it. And I've just sort of trained it now, I've done it. But I think that's what it is. Is it the same sort of thing? Anyway, I hope it goes very well for you. Don't dread it. Don't worry. You'll be fine. I know it. It's going to be great. You're going to love it. Yola says, it's pronounced Yola, but it's okay. How would you know? I'm Polish, but the name come indeed from. Okay. Thank you very much, Yola. I love me some Timo. Yeah, absolutely. Timo looks as if butter wouldn't melt in his mouth. Oh my God, I'm so far behind, aren't I? I'm so far behind. Right, okay, let me try and catch up a bit. Faye, thank you very much for your super chat. That's very kind of you. Thank you, very generous. Thank you. Happy New Year to everybody, says Faye. Ordine says, sorry you're having surgery, Joe. I'm going to flick down there. Lee says, thank you again for the merch. I bought donkey t-shirts, lamb tee, mighty sweatshirt, biker sweatshirt, calendar. So excited. Love your family. Oh, Lee, that's a really, really lovely thing. Thank you very much for doing that. That's wonderful. Thank you. I hope they are everything you expect. And if there's any problems, please let me know. Although also be aware that my responses might be a bit slow because of the workload at the sanctuary at the moment. But thank you very much for that. I've got some new merch coming out. Same old. So how many times have I said that? We've got some new merch coming out very, very shortly, which is another thing that I'm working on. Jean Dixon says, your fee for the week is cheap. Let me point out, for Pete's sake. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's cheap as well, Jean. Well, yeah, it's sensibly priced, but it's a price that we've worked out. I mean, we've been doing it for a long time and we've worked out the price over the years. It's like, what can we realistically charge? You don't want to exclude people, but at the same time, you don't want it to cost you money, and you want it to do what it's designed to do, which is to generate income for the animals. So yeah. Right, hold on a minute. Catman Sma says, Rachel must be exhausted, but I'm glad that you both feel that it's a good time. It sounds wonderful. I would love to do it. It's hard to take care of my few pets. You're good people. Oh, thank you very much, Kat. Yeah, yeah. Rachel's getting she is tired with it all. So I'm hoping we can recruit another. Well, we need 2 long-termers at the moment. That's what we're looking for. Is 2 long-term volunteers, live-in ones. And that makes a big difference, makes a huge difference. So yeah, we're on the lookout for the right people. Right, I'm going to scroll down a bit more. Right, hold on. Where are we? Right, I'm going to come down a little bit. Oh, we've got some more super chats. That's lovely. Katie, my late fee, even though I've been in for like 10 minutes. Thank you very much, Katie. All right, hold on a minute. I'll let the guys know. Can you just telling you? Can you tell Steve and Ronnie that Katie's off the list now? You don't need to go around there and poo down her letterbox. Thank you. All right, you'll be all right now, Katie. There'll be no poo in your letterbox. For those of you that haven't paid your late fee, do expect a big pile of poo, donkey poo through the letterbox. I don't make the rules. I've told you, I don't make the rules. I'm just, don't shoot the messenger. All right? I'm just saying, if you don't pay your late fee, this is what happens. This is what they do. Suzanne says, £5 super chat. Don't send Steve and Ronnie. Okay, all right, okay. Steve, Ronnie, yeah, okay, yeah. Suzanne Ainsley, yeah. You don't need to go. Don't poo in her letterbox. She's all right. What do you mean it's too late? No, get it back out. Get it back out, Steve. Sorry about that. You might want to check your letterbox after this. Steve, you're not using the green screen anymore. Thank you very much for your super chat, Steve. It's not that I'm not using it. I'll be honest with you. I've forgotten how to use it. I don't know where it is. I think it is. Hold on. I was trying to set everything up before we went live. Rachel was in the field. I was trying to sort out the microphone. The microphone wasn't working very well. And I don't even know where the green screen is anymore. Oh, here, our background. Will that work? No. I don't know. I don't know. I think actually, oh, visual effects. There you go. I think I can do, yeah, I can. I've worked it out now. Thank you for that. What would you like? We could be, I could give you this one, which is, that's Daisy. If you remember Daisy. But no, I'll put that one up. That's a better one. Hold on. We've got some messages coming through. Right, let's get rid of that. Okay. Yeah, Daisy. Talking of Daisy, very, very strange thing, you know. I know I am rabbiting on a lot. I know. Stand over there. Oh, is that better? Yeah, that's better. I can stand here and be all like debonair. Hello. Oh, no, that's too far. That's too far. Right. Okay. How about that? Okay. Just the reality is, I'm just sitting in my office at the moment, just trying to work this. Right. Solid. Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to share this with you for a minute. Daisy, very, very strange things have happened over the past few weeks. I was going into my kitchen to go and get, I think, get a cup of tea or something, and I suddenly was hit by this memory of Daisy. I don't know where it came from, but I was suddenly really aware of her. Now, for those of you that don't know, Daisy was our black Labrador, and she lived here for a good number of years, and she died, I think, do you know what? I don't even know because time passes by. I think she died 2 years ago, and absolutely broke my heart. Just totally broke my heart when she died. No, I can't even talk about her. Anyway, can't talk about her now. Sorry, I'll come back to the Daisy story in a moment because I've made myself emotional. Right, has anybody, Jan says, has anybody noticed that Rachel prefers to be out in the wet field? God, you know what? I've really upset myself just thinking about it. It's pretty sad. Anyway, Steve is called Steve because of a story. Julian might explain. Steve can't spell his name properly. Yeah, that's basically it. Steve, he's, bless him, he's the same with crayons as well. He's not very good with using crayons. So he had the crayon and he tried to write his name and he wrote it all wrong. Anyway, right, let's come down a little bit more. Julian said, Heaven Chip, Julian, would you ever consider taking cows if asked? Yeah, I would actually, but very, very difficult animal to rescue in Spain because they are so tightly controlled. We do have a dairy farm that's not far from us, and we did have the opportunity to rescue a couple of calves, but he couldn't release them to us. We needed to be a dairy farm with a dairy farm license to be able to take the calf. which was a real shame. And the setup for, I mean, for those of you that remember all the hassle and aggravation we've had sorting out all the licenses for everything else, it's been a nightmare and has taken so long. The thought of trying to set that up for cows is just beyond a joke. So yeah. Jan says, notice how Julian avoids keeping up with chat so he can avoid facing my banter. Coward. Oh, she's still here. Oh, okay. Right, Jan, talking cows, OMDs. I just choked on my cuppa. Talking cows. I read that as talking cows by mistake. Right, okay, let's not talk about talking cows. Did you hear that? So spooky, honestly. The most spookiest stuff has been happening. This is so weird, right? I'm on the live to you. There is nobody else in my office. And my desk, I've got like a big desk and it's 2 desks put together. It's just covered in chaos, as you can imagine. It's not that bad. That was really weird. Anyway, my little desk at the end just literally just jumped and banged. So weird. Okay, which anyway leads me on to the Daisy story. Now I've composed myself. So yeah, I was getting a cup of tea and I suddenly was aware of Daisy. And I thought, that's weird. Why has Daisy just come into my head? I could really sense her. I could really sense her. It was really strange. And I wasn't thinking about her. I wasn't, it was just, she just literally came into my head. And then wherever I was going for the next few days, whatever I was doing, I was seeing her everywhere. I was seeing old photographs. I was, if I was looking for something on my computer, I'd open a file and it would be a picture of Daisy. Or, I was talking to my son on, on video chat, and in the background there's a picture of him holding Daisy. And it's just like wherever I looked, there seemed to be Daisy was there everywhere. And it was really, really bizarre. And so I think she's been around recently, and I don't know, it's a strange thing when things like that happen. Anyway, right, let me just try and I'm going to scroll down a bit more. Hold on a minute. Right. Faye, Julian, I haven't read this one, so I'm reading it with you. Julian, can you consider handing out 13 shares of 10,000 euros for the purchase of the sanctuary and buy it? Every time the GoFundMe reaches 10 grand euros more, you can pay back one person. Faye, that is a very, very, very good idea. And it is something that I did think about, is could we issue shares in Jacob's Ridge that people buy in? But the problem is, what I was struggling with was, how do you, hold on a minute, because I have gone through this, and I do actually think it's not a bad idea, but there's no return, is there? There's no return on the money. I think the way we would do it is we would have to create a company that would buy the sanctuary, and so the asset is owned by the company, and then you would buy shares in the company, and that's where the value is, and that's where the protection of your shares are. But there's only value to the shares if you find somebody else that would want to buy them. The only people really that would want to buy them back would be me, I guess, and Rachel. I don't know how it would. I think it's a really good idea, and I think it's a really creative way of raising the money, and it's something certainly I would definitely be up for exploring, because I don't know whether or not you would be able to, like, look at raising 10 grand a share or something like that from them. But I was thinking of smaller amounts, because maybe then you would get, you know, if you sold shares at a fiver each, or but probably you'd have to raise too many, and I don't know what kind of laws you would need to adhere to. I don't know whether you would be breaking into something that is, you know, because it's a financial agreement, whether or not you would need certain licenses. I think it's a really good idea, though. I do. I think it is something that crossed my mind. Because the other way of doing it was to do it through some kind of cryptocurrency or something like that. But people are not very, if you're not confident with cryptocurrency or that kind of thing, that kind of world, then unfortunately, a lot of people are very frightened of it. So I think it wouldn't be as effective unless you could market specifically to that cryptocurrency market. But yeah, it's a difficult one, I think. Raising money is, I mean, blimey, that's the main part of this job, of my job, is, you know, you're just constantly trying to be creative in raising the funds and finding the money. That's what you're doing. You know, that's the job. So yeah, I'm interested in that, though. If anyone's got any ideas on that or how that could potentially work, yeah, drop me an email. I'd be really interested to have a look at it. Perhaps, I'm sure there's people out there that know more about that sort of thing than me. And maybe we can come up with a plan that might work. What do you think? We issued shares in Jacobs Ridge. Would you want to own part of Jacobs Ridge? I think it could be good, but I think you've got to think of the reality of that as well. Is, you know, I don't know. Worth exploring, though. Thanks for that. It's a good. That was a good comment. Thanks for that, Faye. Hold on. Oh, I missed a comment there. Myri, just saw your message. Absolutely. Can you imagine if it was Creepy and Perv that came for the late fee? Oh, now there's a thing. Oh, I see. Yeah. You're right. Perhaps there's a little bit more incentive if you know that Perv's turning up. Perhaps Creepy and Perv at your doorstep. Perhaps you'll be a little bit more inclined to pay those late fees. I feel like Jacobs Ridge has got this team of debt collectors out there that just sort of like go out. You know, every morning we sit down with the animals and we say, right, okay, get the clipboard. Right, Creepy, Perv, yeah, you've got to go. There's 12 late fees from the YouTube channel. There's the address, there's your paperwork. You can take the tractor, off you go. Steve, Ronnie, yeah, okay, you were, had some feedback. You were a little bit too generous with the penalty of the poo through the letterbox. Some people have had to have low loaders come in and remove it. So I don't know what you've been eating, but calm down. Yeah, it might make us a little bit more effective at collecting late fees. It's a good call. That. Right. Okay. Let's move on. You haven't lost me yet. Right. Hold on. Have you lost me? No, you haven't lost me. No, you haven't. I'm back, aren't I? Yeah. Okay. Oh, when I was doing the thing, probably. Yeah. Probably. Okay. Oh, you're remembering when the sound was off. That was ridiculous, wasn't it? That was so funny. That was like something out of a sitcom. That was so. Do you know what? I can remember that sometimes, and it still makes me laugh. Jan says Daisy was Freddy's, if I remember rightly. Thinking of Freddy too. Yeah. That's right. Daisy the dog was actually Freddy's dog. Yeah, but he when he left, she stayed here. Oh well, I thought that was Rachel coming back in. No, what, that bang? No, that was that desk. That desk literally just, it lifted and dropped. It was spooky, man. That was spooky as hell. Let's have a look. Maybe she just bumped the desk. Yeah, maybe she did. Right. Susie B says, I lost my Benny a year ago and I still see him out of the corner of my eye now and then. Oh, that's really interesting. Do you know what? This actually, I've got an observation on this. I don't know whether I told the story before, was when we lost Jessie, the horse, and she was very bonded with Woody, and they were always together. Wherever they were together, because Woody was her baby, her foal. And obviously they, for years and years and years, they've just been at the ridge going around everywhere. And then unfortunately we lost Jessie, and we had to bring Jessie back, and we had like a horse funeral here with allowing the horses to say goodbye to her. And it was an incredibly moving moment. But what I noticed was in the days that followed, I kept seeing Jessie in the field. She was in the field and she was just there. And out, again, like you say, Susie, out of the corner of your eye, I could just always see her, and then I'd look and she wouldn't be there. And I suddenly realized in that moment that she was still with the herd, because I was thinking, I would imagine the horses probably have that sense as well. And I suppose what happens is they start off, you miss them, but they're still there. You still feel them around, you still hear them or whatever out the corner of your eye. And then slowly but surely, they fade, they pass. And depending on how strong that connection is, I guess, determines how long you still see them or you still feel them. Strange, isn't it? It's weird. It's weird. But then death is strange, isn't it? Oh, here we're going. Yeah, death is weird, isn't it? It's something we've all got to face. Every living thing has got to face this ultimate end. And yeah, it's a bit strange. It's a bit weird. I don't think it's. Some people are very frightened of it, and so I don't think it's something to be frightened of. But it's it's a strange one, isn't it? How we pass and the imprint we leave on others before we go. Strange. Jan says, I wouldn't go down the shares route. I think that could open up a whole new set of headaches you could do without. Yeah, I think so, Jan, but I would need to understand it first. Do you know what I mean? Before I say definite no, I'd want to better understand it to make a real educated decision on it. Because I think, I think my hunch and my gut tells me you're probably right, but that's not to say, I don't know what I don't know yet. I would need to know what I don't know yet, and that would then inform me of whether or not it would be a good option. It can't be that much of a bad option. There's got to be a very positive side to it, because so many private companies in the world, issue shares and raise money and raise capital, and a lot of capital in that way. So I suppose as long as you've got to just be careful and make sure you're in the right hands. What I say, always like to make sure I'm in the right hands. Jane, if you had stayed in the UK, what do you think you would be doing? Jane, I think it's safe to say I would have been pursuing my acting career a little bit more vigorously. Vigorously, it's a lovely word. Yeah, I think I would have just got on with that, really. I think that would have been the obvious choice, really, for me to have continued down that route. So yeah. Mirik, hello Julian, hello Mirik. Right, let's have a look here. Tonda says, how much do you need to pay it off? It's not about paying it off, it's about buying it. So we need to raise around about 100, just over 100,000 is what we need to raise, there or thereabouts. Failing that, it's yeah, time to go out and send the boys out, go and see what we can find. Louis' mum, my birthday was yesterday and I skipped buying a cake and wanted to give you a contribution instead. Here's a little something for the Donkey Carrot Fund. XOXO from Catalina Gad. Oh, that is really generous of you. That's very kind of you. Thank you very, very much. That's lovely. Thank you. Thank you. Did you see the latest reel on YouTube about cake? That seems very apt, actually, Louise. So that's lovely. Thank you. Myri says, are there any legal eagles out there? Lots of happy birthdays to Catalina. Hamish McHayface to go to Ireland. Hamish McHayface. Oh my God. I prepared an intro for Hamish McHayface and I never ever have played it. And and I'm not sure if I should. Did I have a Hamish McHay? Hold on a minute. I wonder if it's still on the system. I'll see if Hamish McHayface has still got his intro. I did a special intro for Hamish McHayface. Hold on. No, it wasn't Hamish. It was Harry McHayface. He's here. It's not. I don't think it's anything particularly special. I'll show it to you. There you go. It was the Harry McHayface report. There you go. Anyway, right. So, right. Listen, guys. I think I've really got to go now because I've got to go have something to eat. I've been talking non-stop, and you must be very, very bored of hearing my voice right now. Let's have it. Mirik says, wow, $100,000 US. This adoption program probably won't work. Poo. No, Mirik, you don't look at it as a whole cake. You know, that's the thing. You don't look at the number and go, well, I need something that's going to generate that. Because I mean, unless you're, you know, very fortunate and, you know, you get someone like Gervais drop 100 grand in your account, it doesn't, it's quite difficult to find that kind of money in one hit. But you just break it down and go, okay, well, how many t-shirts, you know, can I realistically sell? How many calendars can I realistically sell? How many holidays can we realistically sell? And we just break it all down. So everything goes into the pot. So you're just directing income streams from all different places into the pot. And then you're just trying to identify, okay, well, I might be able to get, you know, I might be able to raise £1,000 from here, or I might be able to raise £500 from there, or I can raise a bit from here, I can bit from there, I can take out a loan, I can, I don't know, go and rob a bank, I can, you know, I can sell this, I can take that, and you're just pulling it all in. And that is the game. That is the game. And so that's why it's absolutely, utterly exhausting, because you've just got to work doubly hard and, you know, find all those different income streams. But at the same time, that's the name of the game. That's what you got to do, you know. So yeah, that's why I'm excited about this thing that I'm working on. I've been working on this thing non-stop, literally non-stop for the past few days, and I'm almost ready to launch. And it's, I don't know, it could potentially raise a lot of money, but it might fall flat. I don't know, but we've got to give it a go. Like who was it who said you've got to fail? Someone said you've got to fail. You've got to be happy to fail, because if you're failing, you're trying. And when you get a failure, just think to yourself, well, that's a failure out of the way. You know what? Many years ago, here's another one. All right, okay. God, you got me on one now. So many years ago, when I was, I think I was about 18 or 19, I needed a job. And I didn't have a job, and I was hunting around for one. And I found a company that needed a door-to-door salesperson. I kid you not. And it was around the East End of London. So I used to put my suit on, and I was going out selling door-to-door. I won't go into details. It was nothing nothing horrible and nothing nasty, and you know, nothing like that. It was a straightforward thing, but I'm not going to go into the details. But, and you'd have to go there and be at the office really early in the morning. Then they would take you out to this godforsaken place, God knows where in the East End of London somewhere, kick you out and go, be back here at 5 o'clock this afternoon, or you know, this evening. We'll pick you up and take you back to the office. Go. And I'd have my clipboard, bearing in mind I'm like 18, 19 years old. I've got my clipboard and my pen, and I'm looking around, and it's like, you've got to start knocking on doors. That's what you've got to do. And you've got to start somewhere. So you just look around and you look for the first door, and you go up, and invariably people will go, F off, clear off, or open the door and go, not interested, slam the door in your face, and you go, Okay, that one didn't work. Next door. You know, we're like, hello, good night. And then you would have it. And some days, I'm not joking, some days you'd go all day. You'd get through to like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You haven't sold a single thing. People have sworn at you, shouted at you, been aggressive to you, done all those things, slammed doors. You've had all of that. And you keep going. You just keep going. And then at 4:05 p.m., you knock on a door and someone goes, oh, yeah, I'm really interested in that. Thank you. And you do a sale and you go, oh, and then you go to the next door. And lo and behold, someone will go, I'm interested in that. Yeah, thank you very much. I'll do that. And you get to 5 o'clock and you've had the best sales day of your day, a sales day of your week. And you think, I was ready to give up at 3 o'clock. I was ready to give up at 3:30. At literally 1 minute to 4, I was ready to go home as a complete failure. But you've got to keep moving. You've got to keep knocking on them doors. And that was what got drummed into me at that age, was you've got to keep knocking on the doors, because and that's where opportunity is. So you can't give up. You can't give up, because until you are on the floor, finished, with no breath left, you've got nothing left to give, you've still got a chance, you've still got opportunity, and you've still got to find it. You've got to keep going. And that's what we do here. That's what we're all about. And that's how the sanctuary exists. Jacob's Ridge exists because of that not giving up. You know, you don't give up. You keep bloody going. And we just keep going. We keep going. So yeah, I don't know what I was going on with that now. What was I talking about? I can't remember. Anyway, sorry about that. On another rant. The income streams, that's what we're talking about. Yeah, so it's about finding these different things. Do this might work, it might fly, it might not. If it flies, it's going to, bring in another income stream. If it fails, okay, it's a lot of work, it's a hell of a lot of work, and it was for nothing. But I don't think it will be. Something in me thinks that this might work. If it does, great, and so on and so forth. But I'll share it with you as soon as I'm ready to share it. I'm going to hit you guys with it immediately, and you can give me some feedback, because I'm going to get you guys to test it before I fully launch it. So you'll be the insider crew. Maybe you should sell shares in Klaus. Yeah, we could do this. How much would you pay for a share of Klaus? Is there anything in particular you would like Klaus to share with you? Yeah. I thought it was Harry McHayface. Yes, it was, Joy. Thank you very much. I'm going to go down a little bit. Aldin says, do you have to pay in full, or can you get a mortgage? No, Aldin, mortgages, I've explored mortgage options. It's not an option, because we're a non-profit, and you know what the banks are like. They don't speak that language. They need to see profit. How much profit are you making? How much money are you making? You go, well, we don't make any money. We're an animal sanctuary. We don't make money. That's what we do. But I know I can make the payments, but because we pay the rent. So we could do it the other way around. They don't accept that. No, they need to see. Well, we need to see your profit and loss. We need to see this. We need to see that. And da 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 da. You know what it's like. And you go, well, worth a try, but it's quite difficult. We were introduced to a couple of banks that do non-profit stuff and work for and do work with Spanish. Like eco projects and things like that, but they don't consider an animal sanctuary as an eco project. So you never know what you're going through. You've got to find grants, you've got to find whatever you can. Do you know what I mean? You just got to search everywhere. So yeah, we're working on it. We're working on it. There are grants, Tonda, out there, but they're very, very hotly contested, and what I've spoken to, in fact, we had a lady that came and volunteered this last year with us, and that's her job. She raises money for sanctuaries. So I was able to talk to her, and she gave me the benefit of her wisdom. And she was explaining to me that you have to be on the radar of these grants for quite a number of years before you get selected. So because we haven't been knocking on the doors for these grants, literally this is our first knock on the door. They won't accept that. They've got to see you doing. So we've just started knocking on the doors of the grants. So that's what we've been doing there. Got to keep knocking on the doors. From Hamish in Ireland, Happy New Year. Well, Sandy Cabon, thank you very much for your super chat, Sandy. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Ah, right, okay. I'm just going on and on and on again. Does anybody else notice that Julian means business when he pokes that pen in our face? Do I? I'm glad that's a business. It's my business face. Sorry about that. Did you used to be salespeople selling Kirby Hoovers or something? No. But Kirby's, yeah. Do you remember the Kirby Hoovers? I do remember that. No, they would have been a great thing to get involved in, actually, Kirby's. No. Right, hold on a minute. You could get Klaus on OnlyFans account. Ooh la la. I don't think anyone's going to pay to see Klaus in his mankini. I think that'll be a little bit, that'll put everybody off. There's plenty of backdoor banks here in Spain. Jane, so true. Yeah, if you know any, let me know. If you've got any contacts, do say. Sally Fitzgerald, you and Rachel are an inspiration, Julian, and you are right. Never give up. If you want something bad enough, all the obstacles seem to vanish. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know if they, I think you just got to see through them, haven't you? You've got to push through them, punch through them. Anyway, right, guys, listen. Ziggly Monster, which is the best name I think so far. Ziggle Monster. Now that's a name. I love that. Ziggle Monster. Do you, Ziggle Monster, do you follow Zig Ziglar by any chance? If you do, Zig Ziglar was a motivational speaker, if you know of him. If you don't, well, if you do know him, you know what I'm talking about. I loved Zig Ziglar. Absolutely loved him. So I discovered Zig Ziglar in the 90s, I think it was. And it just transformed my life and the way that he goes about life and sets goals and all of these things. Brilliant. So yeah, I really like Ziggle Monster. That's really great. Right. Oh, looks like we've got a Rachel here. Rachel's taking over the chat. Thanks, Rach. That's it. Now everyone's going to just talk to Rach. Shall I include you, Rach? Would you like a link? Hold on. Invite guest. I'm going to invite Rachel in and see if she can join us. Hold on. Ziggle Monster has heard of him. Okay. Right. Hold on a minute, guys. Hold on. I'm going to see. Rachel, I have. There we go. I have sent you a link on your WhatsApp. So if you, Rachel, go to your link on WhatsApp, you'll be able to get into this live. I think if Rachel does manage to connect, you will be in the cupboard, yeah. Anyway, Triodos Bank from the Netherlands does ethical green banking. You can ask them and who knows, maybe they will. Triodos, yes, Faye, that's a very good call. And yes, they are on my radar, Triodos. In fact, they were recommended to me by one of the Spanish banks. So yeah, that's another option, I think. Oh, yeah, hold on. Add to stage. Hold on. Is she coming? Oh, here she is.
Hi.
Hello.
My it doesn't work this way, no. Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. So I'm reading comments. Can you see the comments, Rach?
I can. Yeah, I can see them if I go off screen. Yeah.
Okay. Right. I'm going to give you the stage for a minute. 1 second.
Okay. I can't wait. Hang on, because I can't see. How do I go back? Oh, I have an Onyx. Onyx is what are you doing in here, actually? She likes sitting in the sink. I think she prefers the water from the tap. So that's what she's doing. She looks very sleepy. I think she's just woken up from her nap. So she's had a very busy day of just being a house princess. So, oh, Willow is here as well, but Willow doesn't like being picked up, so I won't show you her. I'm putting you on the floor, so I don't really want you on the worktop. Okay, I'm going to try and see your comments now. Snowing a lot in Scotland. I know. Even my mum, who's in the Orkney Isles, sent me some photos of like really deep snow and snowdrifts and everything. And my niece and nephew, I've seen photos of them like playing in the snow and building igloos and things. So I'd much rather have that right now than all this rain. Wendy, I don't know if Julian saw that one. Thank you for your super chat. Hello, Rachel. You could raise money by Julian doing a sponsored silence. Oh, hi, Lillian. Do you think people would actually sponsor him to do that? I don't know what else. I love House Princess. That will be my royal title from now on. Oh, yeah. House Princess. I think that's a good one. I don't know where. Hang on. She's back now on the cupboard behind me, on the table behind me. If you can see her. She just likes, I don't know, just like sitting on the fridge or wherever in the kitchen. I can't see the older comments. It only goes back a little ways. We need realistic goals. Can you really imagine Julian silent? I actually wonder, Jan, if he could do it. I think if it was for money, he would definitely, like for the sanctuary, if it was a sponsored silence, I do think he would be able to do it. But I think it would be difficult for him. How long do you think he'd have to do it for? Like a whole day or something? Like what would be a sponsorable amount of time? Jane says, I've always wanted to go to the Orkney Isles. Did you grow up there? No, Jane, my mum grew up there. She moved there from Norfolk when she was, I think she was, it was just before like high school. So I think she was around about 12 or something. I might be wrong. So she grew up there, and then my grandparents lived there when I was growing up. So we went there quite a lot for school holidays and things like that. Yeah, and it is amazing place. It's very wild, amazing coastlines, and the weather is just like insane. Like so much wind there. But yeah, it's great. If you get a chance to visit, you definitely should. Hi Rachel, Neil sends a virtual coffee. Oh, thank you, Neil. It's a bit late, I think, for coffee this end of things. What time are you there? Oh, you're in the morning, aren't you? Yeah, I don't think I should have coffee at 20 to 9 at night. Lee Charles Guy, do you benefit more money from donating by buying things on your list, buying for the animals on your site? They take such a percentage on these chats. Yeah, everyone takes some sort of cut, and I guess that's just the price you have to pay to have the advantage of someone else running the platform for you. The cats are chatting to each other. So yeah, everything will have a percentage. I guess if you donate something from the wish list, then you're just buying the actual product that the animals need. So there's no like percentage on top of that. It's just whatever the cost of the item is. And if you donate on the fundraiser, there will be a processing fee. But yeah, everything has a fee added on. I think YouTube might be a little bit higher than some of the others, but however is easier for you is the best for us. So whatever is best for you. Remember the push-up challenge? Yeah, Joe, he did really good with that actually. So Julian's very competitive, and he does like a challenge. So I definitely think he'll be able to do it. Lillian says 1 hour. Let him see the comments, but he can't respond. Also, for during the live, then okay. Oh yeah, that would be difficult for him. Jan says, can you imagine the aftermath of the silence? So Rachel, could you live with the fallout the next day? He'll have to be eating the entire time, so he can't speak. Where is the house where you live? Is it on the Sanctuary? Well, Art Lives 8188. Thank you for asking. Yes, it is. It's just, yeah, it's on the Sanctuary. So it's just like a little walk down a hill, and then that's where all the animals are. So yeah, that's that really. My uncle used to live and work in the Orkney Isles before he met my aunt. Oh, cool. And Joe's sister is in Thurso. Oh, I can't hear Julian.
Can you hear me now?
I've lost my comments again. Can we buy things on Amazon from the States? Yes, you can, Tonda. Some people have difficulty with it because it shows the items. It picks up your addresses in the States sometimes, so it'll show the items as like, what do you want? What do you want? I've offered you food.
I can hear that cat. Right.
So yeah, sometimes it will pick up that your address is in the States, and sometimes won't let you buy things, and it gets like a little bit stuck in a loop like that. So there are ways around it. It doesn't work for everyone. So.
Okay.
So do you think you could do a sponsor silence then?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we did have a volunteer here last year who had done a dark retreat, and where you sit in silence in the dark for a week. You're fed in the dark. You do in the dark. And when I first heard of it, I thought it sounded, terrifying. But she explained that it was perhaps one of the most profound experiences of her life, and she'd learned so much more about herself, and she really wanted to go back and do another one. So I was thinking about that. I don't know whether I could do a dark retreat. I think I would go a bit mad. I think a week in a dark room, no daylight, nothing. Apparently, she said it was so dark you couldn't see your hand in front of your face, and you eat in the dark. Everything's in the dark. So, and you're alone in a room. So yeah, I think that would be a little bit terrifying. I wonder if claustrophobia would cause a problem. Like, I wonder if silence would cause a sense of claustrophobia. Like, is talking a way of sort of like pushing out a little bit to get out, to get your thoughts out of your head or something like that? I don't know. It's a weird one, isn't it? It's a strange one. I'll give it a go.
I get like I don't know if it's claustrophobia, but like when it's so dark you can't see anything, like that you can't see any light or anything, I get like a bit panicky.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know whether I could do I've just seen Jane's comment. Jane said, I'd sponsor Julian to say, hang on a minute, hang on a moment, 1,000 times. Okay, Jane, it's £1 per hang on a moment. If you're up for it, I am. They use dark isolation as punishment in prisons. Well, yeah, this is what, I mean, when I've spoken to people about it, they seem to say the same thing, is that, that dark thing would be terrifying. It's a form of punishment and all the rest of it. But I don't know, this, like I say, this woman, she just absolutely loved it, thought it was amazing. And yeah, so I don't know, perhaps there's something in that, facing darkness or facing our fears, or perhaps it gets you very, very she said she was hallucinating in the end. She, the mind was creating visions. So it's amazing how the mind overcomes reality and actually creates a new reality, which I kind of think is a bit weird anyway. Well, now you get me started on what's reality. Oh my goodness me. No, let's not go there. It's late. Sensory deprivation. Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a restaurant in London that is pitch dark. Not sure how you read the menu. Yes, you don't know what you're getting, do you? That's the problem there. But yeah, I suppose you've got to get, or you've got to make sure there's little corks on the end of the fork to make sure you don't stab yourself. But I need that anyway. That could completely mess you up. I think it could, yeah. But remember, it's not forced, so you can leave at any time. It's not like you're being locked in a room. It was described to me as an incredibly comfortable room. Everything was, just as you'd want it. You weren't going to hurt yourself in there, and it's not like you're in a cell or something. So I think it was all right. Sally says, "Oh bless, I love hearing the cat's meow. I miss my little girl's meow. I miss my little chats I had with her after I saw Julian doing the donkey chat. I started to talk to her the same way." Oh, did you? Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love that little Onyx, the little black cat. She's so cute. I absolutely love that cat.
Onyx doesn't really meow. She sort of like chirps. She doesn't really.
Yeah, sort of clicks and chirps, doesn't she? Oh my God. Ziggle Monster says, "I've heard that some Native American medicine men bury themselves underground for a night to experience a rebirth of sorts when they emerge."
Wow.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, hoo-ha! Al Pacino. That's a bit mad, isn't it? I don't think I could do that. Bury myself in the ground. Or perhaps, well, then again, if you ever need to know where I am, I'm in the sanctuary. You won't find me because I've buried myself. I'll see you tomorrow when I'm reborn. Actually, that does sound like, it does sound quite appealing sometimes. I won't lie. Right. Okay. Well, on that note, talking about rebirth and burying oneself, let's call it a night. Where are we? On, let's have a look at the super chats. Oh, Jan wants to be the one to bury Julian. Nice. In the well with Val. Whatever happened to Val? Is she still in the well? I think she might be. Oh, okay. Here we go. Right. I'm going to add them up. 20, 30, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 105, 110, 120, 140, 140, 170, 174, 174 squids, me old muckers. That is wonderful. Thank you very, very much. That's very, very generous of you. Thank you to everybody that's sent a super chat. Thank you. It all goes a long way. So thank you very, very much for that. So yeah, stay tuned. Oh, hold on. What's this one? Yola says, "I saw an interview with a tribal chief when he was talking about his mother, that every time she got sick, she'd go to the woods, dig a hole and lay in it as a therapy." It's weird, isn't it? I suppose, I mean, if you're sick, the last thing you want to be doing is going out and digging a hole. Perhaps the act of digging the hole makes you feel a bit better.
Maybe they've got like pre-dug for like these occasions.
Oh yeah, a bit like a box of ibuprofen. You go to the woods and I've already dug you up a couple of holes you can just go and jump in. Have you gone into a hole? Go up the road, go and jump in a hole and see how you feel. Annie says, "Have we heard from Henry recently?"
No, we haven't actually.
We've lost Henry. He's there's not enough belly rubs going on for Henry. He's had enough. Right. Grounding. It works. Okay. Yeah, we haven't seen Henry for a little while. Okay. Well, we'll have to keep our eyes out for Henry. I've got him actually. I'll have to send him a message. Right, everybody. Yes, Lillian, I second that. Keep warm, everyone. Stay safe. Yeah, if you're in the UK enjoying the snow, be careful. If you're on the roads, be careful. And thanks very much for joining us again. You guys are amazing. It's the highlight of my week, apart from Jan. But you make it possible. You make it. I can tolerate Jan. You know, when you guys are here. You know, one day it's going to be a nightmare. I'm going to open up the live and it will just be Jan. Can you imagine? Right, guys. Up yours. Well, that's not very nice, Jan, is it? What's for dinner, Rachel? Jan would like to know.
Oh, it's very basic tonight. It's just pasta with this vegan cheese. It's I don't know if you can see that. It's like a smoky cheese, and these. I don't think I have a packet anymore. These are broccoli escallops.
Oh, I like those. Excuse me.
Very, very basic, but I was kind of craving something carby.
Yeah, let's go for the carbs. Okay, well, on that note, stay tuned. The next episode of the Sanctuary tour will be out this week. Whatever day it is today, Sunday, isn't it? Yes. So it will be coming out on Wednesday. So please watch that. Remember to hype it if you can. Now we know what hyping does, and share it and like it and all of those things. It's really good. And we've got quite a bit of we're trying to be as more active on our socials now as well. So hopefully you'll see a bit more content coming out from the Sanctuary across all the socials. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. And like I say, when I'm ready to launch this little project that I've been working on, I will share it with you guys first, and you can see how you get on with it. I'm quite excited about it, but I can't wait to share it. Okay, see you soon, everyone. Thank you very much. And as Aldine says, hugs to all. Yes, big hugs. See ya.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Stay in the studio until the outro video finishes. Okay, we'll stay in the studio. See ya. Bye.